Elon Musk asked the ADL why they're silent on South Africa's party call for literal genocide of whites. Well, that's why. They don't care about white people. They care about every other group except white people. Some might say they support what's happening in South Africa. Some might say that silence is violence. I've heard that before. That their silence means they're complicit with what's going on. Wonder what's going on there. Ex-CEO Elon Musk on Tuesday asked the ADL why they stayed silent over South African Black Party chanting the literal genocide of whites during a massive political rally over a week ago. They absolutely mean genocide, Musk said. Why are organizations like ADL silent? Some tweet, don't worry guys, it's just a fun little song about white genocide. Musk condemns South African Party song on white farmers. They killed the Boer. They also mean literal genocide. ADL silent. The only time the ADL ever mentions the white farmers is when it condemns people who talk about it. The racist obsession with the South African white genocide. It is extremely disturbing that the President of the United States echoes the long-standing and false white supremacist claim that South Africa's white farmers are targets of a large-scale racially motivated killings of the South Africa's black majority. Because that means that white people could experience racism, and that goes against our narrative that white people can never experience racism because they're genocidal colonizers. That's pretty crazy. I like this end wokeness reply to him. Very good. Musk, who was born in South Africa, went on a tear over the issue. Why is Western media like this? Try that in a small town, racist, inciting violence. Kill the Boer. It's just a song. Don't take it literally. That's seriously what happens. People are doing apologia for the South African leaders, saying, when they say kill the white farmer, that's just a slogan they say. They don't mean it literally. But when you say try that in a small town, that's a literal call to violence. That's literally a call to violence. Literally. This is a very accurate portrayal. The comment is reality. Another brutal farm murder. Yep, so these farm murders happen. I only want to read about them. It's going to upset me. Meanwhile, this racist with the red hat here, the lack of condemnation about EFF activity calling for genocide is appalling. Shame on New York Times. Shame, because here's New York Times, their apology. That's the main one I've been seeing. And it says that it should not be taken literally. Historians and left-wing politicians who embrace it should not be taken literally. Oh, it's just a folk song. When cops kill a black criminal, people freak out. When a whole country, or at least a whole rally, publicly chant, kill the white farmer, nobody cares. And Musk replies, something is deeply broken of Western journalism. Well, that's because Western journalism is anti-white. I'm not afraid to say it. If you disagree with me, call me out in the chats, in the comments down below. As experts point out, kill the Boer. You gotta roll the R there apparently. Boer is a lot more nuanced if you actually look at the lyrics. Don't listen to Musk. This is a highly sophisticated culture with complicated message. And it just says shoot the cowards, shoot the cowards, shoot the Boer, shoot the Boer, shoot the Boer. It's not exactly subtle. It is the equivalent of a genocide song. The cowards are scared. Shoot and kill them. I mean, if Trump had said this on January 6th, what would the people be saying? media have made it abundantly clear that they're more outraged about Musk raising the specter of white genocide rather than the guy calling for killing a white Boer people. From the Washington Post, Elon Musk raises the specter of white genocide. At a hearing last year, Malema said the lyrics were not to be taken literally. Oh, okay. But rather reflected opposition to the system of oppression. Johannesburg High Court ruled last year that the EFF singing Kill the Boer was not hate speech. Well, thank God it's not hate speech. But that means it's okay then? It's not hate speech, it's okay for them to say that. Listen, I'm not one of these. I'm like a free speech absolutist. So I actually kind of agree that it's not hate speech. It's not hate speech. It's a call to violence, actually. Is it a specific call to violence under United States definition? I don't know. I would have to think about that more. Let's read the article some more. Musk weighed in on the topic related to the land of his birth through the hysteria. The specter of white genocide is a long-standing trope amongst white nationalists and their fellow travelers in the right-wing establishment. South African white rights activists have found an audience among American far-right, whose members see a bizarre parable for the fate that may await them in the South African whites' supposed vulnerability to the predations of the hostile blacks and neglect by a black majority government. Where's the lie? They are a minority in their country that they used to be a majority in, and now they're being killed a lot by a majority that says that they want to kill them. It's like, imagine if our country was like mostly white and there's 13% black people, and the mostly white country was having rallies saying kill the black people. This is what people would say back then. How would people respond to that? People would say that's incredibly racist. You're calling for violence. You're calling for a literal genocide. How else would you interpret that? But the news media here, not doing that. Former Fox News host Tucker Carlson devoted multiple segments in 2018 to a string of farm murders of whites in South Africa, which were amplified then by President Donald Trump. Never mind that there is no evidence of excess violence directed towards. That is just opposite. What? That they are far less likely to target a violent crime than in general in South African population. I wouldn't trust that data. I wouldn't trust it at all. But the myth of white genocide in South Africa has a powerful valence nonetheless. Whites living in armored compounds are less likely to be killed than the general population with no security. Therefore, the idea of whites are being targeted is a myth. This is literally their argument. What is this? Is this video relevant? This must be Africa. Our man slipped through seconds before. Close the garage. The gate closes to rob the Durban residence of jewelry. That's what this guy's doing right here. When Trump ordered the investigation into large-scale killing of white farmers in South Africa in 2018, the ADL essentially ran cover for the killings by claiming it was a myth made up by white supremacists. Meanwhile, the talking heads at MSNBC at the time laughed about the slaughter.
So he divides our country, and now he's working on others. Eddie Glaude and then Sam. Jump in. Eddie, you first.
Well, this is consistent. Look, the only words we get out of Donald Trump's mouth about predominantly African countries or African-descended countries is that they're S-hole countries. Or in this instance, he's really trafficking in conspiracy theories to kind of, in some ways, feed red meat to his base. This is nonsense. It's silly. But it's consistent with the kind of cultural warrior that he is. Because at the same time that he's doing this with regards to South African white farmers, I think 2 of them perhaps might have been killed in some instance, with the majority of folks who have been subject to...
Why is that funny? 2 of them were killed in some...
kind of violence, and this is non-white...
Jesus Christ, imagine if Donald Trump laughed at somebody dying.
He's also, shall we say, playing the card with regards to the Molly Tibbet murder, this horrific this horrific murder in Iowa. He's saying that this is a result of not having the wall. Here, this is a morally debased man who will do anything to protect himself and to divert attention from the fact that he has been noted as a non-indicted co-conspirator in a felony. So this is just...
Okay. So MSNBC is just as evil as many of the other on the left. What do you guys think of this content? If you like it, leave a like down below. If you don't, tell me about it in the comment section. Radically Moderate out of here.